Texas District Attorney and his wife murdered in cold blood. The latest in a string of cases authorities say members of law enforcement targeted and killed. In this newest case, the couple was gunned down inside their Texas home. The husband and wife found dead in two different parts of the house. DA Mark McClelland and his wife Cynthia. It was just a few weeks ago he was vowing to find the killer of one of his assistant DAs. What's not known tonight is if these cases are in fact related, but authorities are working quickly to try to answer that question. We have two reports here this evening, beginning with ABC's John Triffin, who was in that Texas community tonight.
Tonight, investigators are scrambling to solve a murder mystery. Last night, Kaufman County District Attorney Mike McClelland and his wife Cynthia were gunned down in their home.
It's unnerving to the community at large, and that's why we're striving to assure the community that we are still providing public safety.
Shortly after 6 o'clock Saturday night, a 911 call came in. It was a brazen attack. According to ABC affiliate WFAA, sources say the couple's door had been kicked in. Roughly 14 rounds were fired from a high-powered assault rifle. The district attorney was found in the hallway, his wife by the front door. Authorities locked down the neighborhood, combing for clues before removing the bodies this morning.
We've never had anything like this happen before, and for it to happen so close to home, it's very, very scary.
It comes just 2 months after McClelland's assistant district attorney, Mark Hassey, was gunned down in broad daylight steps from the courthouse. At the time, McClelland vowed to get justice.
We're going to pull you out of whatever hole you're in, and we're going to bring you back and let the people of Kaufman County prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
In the weeks following, McClelland armed himself and had security following him around. The question everyone wants answered: are these high-profile murders connected?
I can't say that. No, we have nothing indicating that for sure.
This latest murder comes just 2 weeks after the murder of Colorado Prisons Chief Tom Clements at his home. His wife survived.
Tom and I were watching TV and our doorbell rang. And my life was forever changed.
Police believe Clemens was killed by a member of the Colorado white supremacist prison gang 211. Investigators here in Texas say they have no evidence of gang involvement in the murder of the McClellands. But Texas district attorneys had been warned late last year that members of another white supremacist group, Aryan Brotherhood of Texas, could seek revenge after dozens of gang members were indicted in November.
If you knew something and you came forward, you can't go back to what you were before. You're going to have to totally change who you are, what you do, where you live.
That's why the reward is so high, $100,000.
That is why.
To calm the fears of the people of this small Texan town, authorities say they will be beefing up security. And not just for high-profile officials, for everyone, especially here at the courthouse when it reopens. David?
John Triffin leading us off in Texas tonight. John, thank you. I want to bring in ABC senior justice correspondent Pierre Thomas, who's also been working this case on this Easter Sunday. And Pierre, first you had this assistant DA targeted. Now the DA and his wife both murdered. They have got to be worried about some sort of bigger plan here.
David, they really are. This is unprecedented. You had two men working in the same office. It was only weeks ago that the lead prosecutor was vowing to find out who killed one of his principal deputies. Now he's dead. So law enforcement officials, including the FBI, U.S. Marshals, and ATF, are down there trying to assist police in this unfolding mystery.
And of course, there's the other question about the prison chief in Colorado who was also targeted, and whether or not all three cases could be linked.
Well, they're looking at everything. No stone is going to be left unturned. In fact, you recall that there was a shootout a couple days after that prison chief was killed in Texas, and they're now looking to see if there's any kind of link between these cases, because that particular shootout occurred only about 100 miles from where these recent killings in Texas just occurred.
And of course, we know both states are in fact talking to one another tonight. But Pierre, you have covered this beat for a very long time. Can you remember a time when so many prosecutors, so many lawmen were targeted within just a few weeks of one another?
I can't recall anything quite like this. You've had three public officials, senior public officials who work in the law enforcement community, killed in the span of a couple months. It's really unusual.